The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers? 1
touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Yeah, he's up into 5-yard line. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week, 12 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'd like to do their best to keep him out of the end zone in this one.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
And 6 yards to go.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Back to throw again.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
the play action fake. They'll look to throw.
44-yard line.
They'll get this one to Galladay. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what the opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
A loss of 7.
Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And pressure gets to him again.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Now, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. The Steelers send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. We'll check on his status when we get back. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 81 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. These guys hooking up right away here, Charles. 2 plays, both passes in his direction, and both catches.
And in our time together, have we not seen the tight end position continue to develop in the passing game? You know, at some point, we may not call them tight ends anymore. We may have to come up with an entirely different way of designating that position and what they do on the field. Because when I hear tight end, I think the old school, hand in the dirt, blocking on the line of scrimmage. These guys are much more receiver than they are guys who are going to move into the running game.
Pretty good 1st down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Handed inside, quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the 25-yard line.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
It's 3rd down and 7.
out of the gun. They'll look to throw.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield.
And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards, a first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back to throw now on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
21-yard line.
And now out come the Steelers. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. A throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And they have been disruptive in the passing game, as we're going to see here.
And it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, you cover a guy in your area. And those windows that quarterbacks are seeking to throw into, they're closed in this case.
Yeah, they've been all over the place, knocking down pass after pass. The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Steelers nothing.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
He was brought down by...
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Blake Martinez. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now they try the right side here. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and...
Now a handoff here to his running back. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Bengals.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They'll try and run for it, first and goal. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Leads to second.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further.
Another carry. For
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
This is a long drive. Offensively, wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Bengals 10, Steelers nothing.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
The Steelers ready for their next possession. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
And he'll be taken down right around the 27.
Tight end, the ball carrier.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
7-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 3rd down, Carson. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. They'll set up to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
A Steeler first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
8-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and...
He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And 9 yards to go.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
That was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. The Steelers send out their punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there would be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried. Because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And his throw here is incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Now back to throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
First down.
They're going to look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
48-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
He gets it quickly to Galladay. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line.
First down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. He finds his target. It's Schultz. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. As the Cincy defense stands up on third. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They'll look to throw now on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll throw now on the final play.
Reception here by Ruggs.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. And this one, a 1-point game at halftime. The Texans still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. We'll stay in the AFC South as we head one state over to check on the Indianapolis Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Christian McCaffrey has a touchdown there. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. Sterling Shepard, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Taken in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole that closed there quickly at the end. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
10 at the 39-yard line.
Back to throw here. And for the right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Second and 11. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
And he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got the hook up to Ruggs. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. And his kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0.
Bengals 13. Steelers nothing.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Their own 24-yard line.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
8 yards on the pickup, but now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But if the strong safety position end up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. He'll drop to throw.
He'll find Swift out of the backfield.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Complete to
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on third down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
And they run the option on 2nd down.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
30-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
Another carry for the running back.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete.
In a 4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
He'll get this one to Golladay. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing 7 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And taken right at the 35. It'll be a 39-yard punt, giving a good 10 yards on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, well, man, what do you need? What's going on here? So there's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
At the play-action fake, they'll look to throw.
And trying to get it to Rose, but it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 24.
Intercepted by the Steelers. They'll take over 1st and 10.
Why do you go out and spend a 1st-round pick on a defensive back? plays like that, the rookie gets his first interception.
You have to have guys who can limit the other team's number of plays run and possessions. And no better way than an interception. And what a great way to break into the league.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
The tackle made.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
Back to throw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
Loss of 6 yards. And it's 3 and out.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. They'll start with the option. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line.
Carried by number
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
His own 8-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. 11 yards there. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
He's brought down.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
The throw to the middle taken in. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 19. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A good pickup there, a 22. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now back to throw. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
12 more yards there and another first down. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Complete to DeAndre Swift. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw again. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Kenny Galladay is his intended receiver. But it'll be second and goal. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. From 3 yards out. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And they're able to cut the deficit to 12. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big tight end. And we see here the productivity certainly has decreased from the start of the game, but sometimes people forget these tight ends, they can do more than just catch the football.
That is so true, because now when things start to happen and you're not getting the ball as much, maybe you change your focus on the game. Maybe you become a very good decoy. Maybe you block a little bit more. But sometimes you have such a great first half, you expect it to continue to roll, and it doesn't just happen that easily in the second.
Now they have been able to shut him down, at least as of late. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get your reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes. They'll put this one in the left-hand column. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage.
22. Steelers 7.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away into 4.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
So now the Steelers down by 15, a little over a minute to go. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Open man is Galladay, complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. He'll drop this one off to Swift. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he will have a Steelers 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
wrecking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.